we've got quite a mixture of floors here in this unit. These tile in the kitchen, I mean, they're fine, other than the fact that there's like a transition into these kind of cheaper versions over here. The carpet is pretty worn out. They had a lot of people living here, like 15 from what I heard at some point. And then it just smoke and pets and all that good stuff. And so we're gonna have to keep it going as long as we can, but sooner than later we're gonna rip it up and either put new carpet in or just different tile. This one's kind of like a little playing field here, kind of like if you made a little football field. For some reason, I guess these are squares. If you really look down at some of the seams here, I guess there was an incident of some sort, and so they got a bunch of squares and cut out and filled. The master bedroom has the best carpet overall. I think we can keep it going for a while. Hopefully, it'd be nice if we could not have to replace it. Bedroom 2 has tile similar to the kitchen. It's actually a different tile in the kitchen, but the color's fine. The grout needs cleaning. We've got some work that's coming down from the ceiling that needs to be cleaned up. And this bathroom tile is like the kitchen. It's my least favorite. It's cracked. You can see here, we got all kinds of messes that's been redone. And so I'll be replacing this sooner than later with, I don't know, vinyl plank, most likely. Taking down popcorn ceilings is hard. We've definitely been humbled by this process. We had to take the popcorn down in here because I would be okay if it was yellow from all the years of nicotine and smoke and grease and everything, and so we couldn't deal with it. We had to take it down. But the easy part's getting it down. The hard part is dealing with the ceiling imperfections like this. We didn't get right kind of through this area. I found some good videos on YouTube, and we started to joint compound the whole thing, and it just feel like it was taking forever. And so we kind of averted the plan and switched to where we just went through and tried to prime it, and a lot of it came out pretty good, but there's obviously still some work that's going to be done. It's a learning experience, and so it does look better than the popcorn, I'll say that. But it's a lot of work. If you're thinking about doing it, just be ready. If you're not a professional, you might as well, I don't know, next time we might I've heard you can drywall over it, and it might have been a cost-saving, time-saving solution for us. If you're a novice, definitely realize you're getting yourself in a whole world of mess, especially with an older place, with all the damage that's been done underneath the popcorn. This is a common example of what the popcorn ceiling looks like after you get it down. You've got little dents and gashes and scrapes and parts of it that didn't come down all the way. More parts of it didn't come down. So this one has not been sanded yet, and obviously needs a bit more water and sanding. One of the nightmares you can find, I think it's pretty regular in one of these older places, especially a condo. This is above the kitchen here. Most likely a kitchen sink or fitting, plumbing, whatever from above leaked down at some point, and so that drywall was just probably disintegrating. So they patched it up like this. It's obviously going to need a lot more work to smooth it out to where it needs to be. But lots of things like this, and then there's actually another spot over here. Kind of see that needs some sanding work and joint compound. So originally we looked into just replacing these can lights, and I think it's just too much of an expense, an unnecessary expense. And so what we're doing is rebuilding them. And I look down here, we've got these fittings. Oh, look at that nasty. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of them have nasty glass. Which one is it? This is real nasty. This one's all nasty looking. And so is how about that mess there? I'm going to sand the facing down and repaint them and just get some new glass screens, I guess you'd say, or even plastic to cover it up, make it look better. No idea why this is set up like it is, but around here you gotta be ready for anything. We're gonna switch this box. We need to get it to the middle of the room, the living room over here, so we can put a ceiling fan in. So that's one thing on the list to do. At some point we're gonna wanna have another ceiling fan over here in the kitchen. So there's kind of one on both sides of the living area. The living area is huge on this. Let me kind of come around here. If it's a little over 1,000 square feet, from one side of the room to the other, you're probably looking at about 25 feet or so, and then about 15 feet wide. So whatever that is, what's 15 times 25? I don't know, 400 square foot, somewhere around there. Yeah, almost 375, and it's probably a little bit more than that. But you know, it's quite a large space, and so we want to break it up and put a ceiling fan here after we clean up that mess, and then over on the other side of the beams over there. This is something you can't make up. We've got a heart, a little love there, to patch up, I guess, some sort of hole, and electrical wire coming out of there. So no idea what this used to be and why it would be right here in the corner of the bedroom, but it's there. So we're gonna take the heart out, cut the heart out of that rascal, and figure out what we're gonna do with that wire. We might just make how about like a black light that just goes all down there. I don't know. Well, maybe some LED, like a strobe, not a strobe, one of those like signs that just scrolls back and forth. Probably not, but this is what we gotta deal with. When they made these units in 1977, I guess this was a cool thing to do, is put the electrical on the side. It had hanging you saw something fall down through there. It had hanging lights on chains. I guess that's why they came out of the side, but really inconvenient for what we want to do with putting a vanity light in. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's a dryer vent. Yeah, that's a dryer vent that goes through the wall and to the outside. I'll walk around and show you. Yes, it needs to be metal or aluminum, whatever it is. I'll have to redo that to make it better, but it does at least vent to the outside. I kind of show you back here in what it looks like on the inside. It needs a little bit of work to do it a little bit better. There's quite a bit of PVC around this complex and fittings like this. But yeah, it's got a little washroom. Sorry, I can't quite get out of here. It's got a little washroom here in the guest bath. Sorry, as it might be a little bit hard to hear me, this fan is hurting up here in this old lamp. But there was a hole up in the ceiling, and pulled some of this. Oh gosh, there was framing around it. There was paneling, and I got through one layer of paneling, and there was another layer, and I thought maybe there's some treasure up there. But no, this is pretty typical here in the bathroom. So there's a toilet directly above us from the unit above, and that's what would that be? The large one is the toilet. I wonder if that's the bathtub drain. I don't know. It's something. And then this here is a nice little conduit that's not necessarily in the best place. But what we'll do here is we could get a piece of drywall and just kind of screw it up there, and it would look better than it did. I think we're going to try to see if we can get a nice looking access panel, because eventually this thing's going to leak. They always do at some point, and as long as it looks professional, I think it might be worth a shot. Here we have quite the 1-2 punch. We've got the tube to nowhere, which I'll talk to you about here in a second, and this old light fixture that looks like it's been exposed to the North Atlantic hard seas for some reason. I don't know what made it rust out like that, but it looks like that would be salt. I don't know. Maybe somebody can chime in on that in the comments. We've got a bunch of these fixtures in these units, and I've never seen one that looks like this out of dozens and dozens. All right, the tube from nowhere, we were really afraid because we've already taken it out now, and I'll show you the picture, but there was another dryer vent that went through this wall, through the room, and out the back side of the complex. And then after taking it out, my wife said, wait, what if that comes down from the dryer upstairs? And then it's a big uh-oh at that point. So I ran upstairs, checked with the renters, and luckily they were there. And as fate would have it, it is not. So it must have been in the past some sort of vent that is not kosher, having one vent from a upstairs unit coming down into a separately owned lower unit. And so I'll get this removed. We'll replace the old rusted iron here and get a better setup. Hey, what's that pipe? So this pipe is a hot water heater drain. So if it busts, it's supposed to go out the wall and to the outside. We'll see if that actually happens. I'm not really the biggest fan of the way this is set up here. But the hot water heaters in these units are called low boys. And they're crammed underneath the corner of the cabinets here. And that means you can't get them very big, and they're a pain in the behind to replace. So hopefully we can get a better solution for just a tall 50-gallon, maybe in the washroom, and then do a stackable is the plan as of right now. This is the gateway to hell. Not really. This is an egress, and it goes out the backside. So these lower units are built into the side of the slope of the hill or ridge or whatever you want to call it. And so you've got an egress window here and an egress well that I've tried to clean up some. The little roof up there is going to have to be rebuilt. It's not up to code anyways. It needs to have a ladder. If it's under or over 44 inches in depth, and it is, I can guarantee you just from looking at it, it's probably almost 5 feet. So when I got here, you can't really see it now because it's just kind of messy concrete base, but was just full of trash and nastiness built up over 30 or 40 years. And so I get to clean up these as they come open. Oh, look at that, there's some weirdness. So this kind of goes to show you here what's going. So we've got quite a bit of excess caulking over there. Something to work on in the near future. Well, so L3's been kicking my butt all last week, so I figured I'd come over here and focus on L2. This is gonna be the Gambler, and we're gonna try to get it up and running for Labor Day weekend, and I just couldn't do it. The carpets, and especially in this room right here, just smelled horrible. And so we put it off. Went to El Paso yesterday and bought about 1,400 square foot of laminate. And we're today demoing all the carpet and ceramic tile. This is the master bedroom here. These floors actually, a lot of these look pretty good. Put everything in this room here for now, just to keep it out of as we'd already set up the furniture, but had to take it back down, which is not fun. I'm gonna turn it off. So yeah, but here's the thing. Instead of having carpet rolls, this was entirely, or almost entirely, carpet squares with a bunch of glue on the bottom, which I'm not the most excited about. But it's gonna be better to get up than the linoleum glue nastiness. Most of it we can just scrape off. But I'll get some boiling water and kind of pour on the little remnants that we have left. So today we'll be demoing, taking a little lunch break. I'm gonna get up this tile here in the kitchen. So all this will be laminate, except for the bathroom. So kitchen, I know it's a little iffy, but the laminate's 79 cents a square foot. So we're gonna minimize any water damage as much as we can, and then if it ever gets it, we'll have leftover overage to fix it. We've had it for the other unit upstairs for 10 years with no real issues. So we've got all the floors out here, or most of them. As you can tell, this is par for the course and what we've done before. Sometimes it gets real stubborn, and most of this tile came up pretty easy, but sometimes that mortar, the thin set, is real pain in the behind. And so you can either use an air hammer. In our case, we're going to use a jackhammer that I got off of Amazon for about $129. We kind of come down this way, got a bunch of tile here. This room's really starting to grow on me here. The walls and the ceiling look really good. Ceiling fans in there. So all this will be laminate. It's like a medium brown, rustic looking laminate. I think it'll do really well with the look of this unit. Since we tried to get this thing furnished and up and running with the carpets for Labor Day, we already had the furniture in the living room and the bedrooms. And so we're using this back bedroom basically as storage now. And it'll be the last room that we'll do after we get the laminate, everything else done in the condo. So this is holding the 3 mattresses. There's some stuff in the closet over there. Mainly everything bedroom wise is in here, and this has tile. And I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna come up that rough, but you never know. But once we get everything else done, we will move this furniture back into the rooms that it can go into, and then we'll tear this one up and paint the ceiling, which still is just primed, and get the laminate in. Hopefully be done at that point. Fingers crossed. When working on the floors in the bathroom, after pulling out the washer and dryer, I saw this weird looking spot on the wall where the drywall was all messed up. So I opened it up, and little did I know there was a whole nest of dryer lint there from when somebody had just stuck a dryer vent into the wall, which is unfortunately all too common in these units. It even had some lint around electrical box, which is not good at all. But I got it all cleaned out, and hopefully there won't be very many units like this anymore that have a situation like that. And here we are now, mostly finished with L2. I was going to start with some flooring and show you what we got accomplished there. These floors were purchased from Lowe's and installed by Lowe's, and they were around 75 cents a square foot. I really like the color and the look of them. And I'm testing the philosophy of the laminate flooring versus the vinyl. The vinyl flooring is usually a bit more expensive than the laminate. With this being so cheap at 75 cents a square foot, I figured I'll buy about 1,000 square foot of overage, and if I ever have water damage, then I can replace it, which is easier said than done. So it's kind of interesting to test a couple different philosophies on that. And I am now thinking more and more that we need to go towards the waterproof vinyl flooring, especially as it comes down in price. But we'll see. So this is laminate. We've decided that from now on we're going to carpet the bedrooms, and then either laminate or vinyl planking in the main rooms and the hall, and then also the bathroom and kitchen will be either vinyl tile, which you'll see in this one, or ceramic tile. This bedroom here, and it's kind of hard to see, this bedroom cost me about $3,000 or $4,000, which I'll explain in a different video. It's quite a learning experience. But we had these carpets installed also by Lowe's. Here's what we did for the kitchen and the bathroom as far as the vinyl tile, 12 by 12s. I don't know if I really needed to take all of the ceramic up. It was quite a bit of work for myself and my handyman to get all that thin set up. Took a lot of time. The reason I like the vinyl tile over ceramic in this scenario is, 1, it's usually cheaper, 2, it's easier to install, and 3, it's warmer in the winter, especially at a level where we're at, the elevation and the type of climate. And so that's why I like it. I'm still a little bit torn on trying to get some ceramic in some units or porcelain. But this right here is what we did for the kitchen and bath. I'll show you the bath. It's kind of hard to see there. For the kitchen lights, the recessed lighting, I actually found some replacement frames that look better than the ones that were really dilapidated. I found some that actually fit from California, and I've got one turned off here to kind of show you the pattern of it. I think they came out really well. Here's the new hall LED light that we installed. It puts off plenty of light. It's interesting because these don't have replacement bulbs. It just has these little diodes in there. and we'll see how long they last, hopefully for years and years and years. In the bedrooms, we replaced all the ceiling fans with new matching ceiling fans. Actually, I think some of the bedrooms didn't have ceiling fans, but all these bedrooms now have new matching ceiling fans. We decided to run with the light coming out of the side of the wall look that you find in more than several of these units. And then I replaced, this was the North Atlantic. Oh goodness, it took so long to get that thing just beating the you know what out of it to get it out of there. But we replaced we replaced all 3 of these heat lamp. I had an electrician come in and redo these heat lamps. And so that a lot less noise now. I can try and get to it, I can see it. Whoops, where is it? If you hear or heard earlier in the video, much quieter now. Both bathrooms got new vanities, nice faucets, and new toilets. You know, we bought these vanities, we didn't realize that this was an 8-inch faucet, which is a bit more expensive than the 4-inch variety. But I had the plumber come in and repipe all of these things here. Oh, it's too dark to see. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit. I actually got these mirrors at Ross, I think in Alamogordo, for about 20 bucks, and they end up working out pretty well. So I'll show you this one in here. Again, it's hard to see, but there's a little cubbies there for towels and whatnot. The ceilings came out mostly well. I think there's some work still to be done here and there, especially if you're trying to go smooth. As you can really see, I just need to get somebody to come out that has a lot of experience in texturing and make them look better. But I will say it looks better than the popcorn did, so we got that going for us. You know, and some of them are really pretty smooth, you know, and then you've got some, you know, where I've had to patch here, I am just not that great at patching. Like we can see in this one, where I had to put in new drywall. So if you know somebody that is really good at texturing and making ceilings and drywall look good, let me know. So I'd say L2 here is mostly finished. It mainly needs finishing touches and a lot of art. We need a lot of art on the walls. The walls are too bare right now. We're gonna have some artwork over on this wall, over behind the couch on this large space here that's empty. We're gonna need stuff in the bedroom, along this wall here. Thought about putting some at the end of the hall. We'll need a couple of pieces. And this one we actually had a couple of things going. This is the Gambler. So it's a casino / Wild West saloon kind of fusion, I guess you'd say. So it'll be a little interesting to try to pull off, but it's kind of hard to find things. Actually, when these bedrooms come in like this and there's this wall where the closet is, I'm going to put a full-length mirror. I think it's a plan right now. Yeah, something on this back wall over here in the master bedroom. So this is a 3-bedroom. But you know, casino stuff's a little tricky. I thought about getting a slot machine, but from what I've heard, if you get one in New Mexico, it has to be a slot machine that was made in New Mexico. Otherwise, you get in big trouble. So I don't want to get in trouble for people trying to gamble. And I'm just trying to figure out where I would put it. We got a bumper pool / table / whatever it is here. And that will be fun for people. Try to do a little bit of something unique in each unit, or corny, whichever way you want to call it. But let's do a quick run through here. I love these couches. These were probably some of the best couches that we found, even though they cost a little bit. I think they were $500 or $600 for the pair. But genuine leather. Got I think this is the bigger TV. I think it's like a 55-inch TV. It's crazy. You can get these things. These are TCLs. You can get them at Walmart or Best Buy or wherever for $250 to $260 or $70 now. It's insane what they used to be. I've got some neat, I like these bar stools. This one's gonna sleep 8 at some point here in the near future. We got these. The bedding here is from. It's actually from El Paso Saddle Blanket, which is a really well-known place in El Paso. But you can't go in anymore just as a customer. It's only wholesaling. And so there's a place called Casa del Sol in Tularosa that we get a lot of Southwest style decor. And these units, like the dressers and the headboard and the bed frame, we actually got from the site. It's Coaster. Yet to be determined on the overall quality and longevity of the stuff, but it wasn't super expensive. And we try different things. You know, we try to get as much as we can on Facebook Marketplace, but sometimes you gotta buy it retail. All right, that's it for now. Make sure you check back each week and see what kind of craziness we've got going on here, and hopefully here in the next couple of weeks we'll make a video and show you how the heck we even got ourselves in this situation to be renovating an entire condo complex. Talk to you soon.